Back to part two. So, fast forward a couple of weeks after those 4 weeks, I was moved to maintenance, and I was under this team leader. We'll call him Ricky. Um, Ricky was Afghanistanian or he was Iranian, and either way, he barely spoke English. So it was very hard to communicate with him. He usually says yes, okay, thank you, and that's it. Um, if you tried speaking to him, it's like speaking to a brick wall. He'll just say okay, okay. I don't know if he understood me or not. Who knows? But he was the full timer. He's been working for that company or the store for about, I'd like to say over 10 years, I think, overnight. So he hasn't seen the sun much, is my guess. Um, so after, so I was told to shadow him and ask him questions. And so I shadowed him. If you don't know, shadow means just watching what he's doing. And he he just he was cleaning the restroom. I'm following him like a dog. Cleans another restroom, cleans two more, tells me go get a mop the dust that's underneath the shelves, I think. Yeah, the shelves. So I mop. I'm doing this for the entire night, by the way. So let's fast forward about 2 months. By the way, in those 2 months, I'm strictly mopping and cleaning the restrooms. After those 2 months, apparently, Ricky was doing it all wrong because he usually takes this capital T kind of broom and walks around the store about 2 times a night, and then he takes out a scrubber. If you don't know what that is, think of a Zamboni that goes on the ice rink, but it goes on the sales floor. And to put it simply, it's loud and it goes and it scrubs and polishes the floor, right? And so he's doing that, you know, and I've asked him multiple times throughout these 2 months, hey, I can help you with that, cause all I was doing through those 2 months was get the trash at the cash registers and the back room, throw it, get the restrooms cleaned, swept and mopped, and then the last thing I'd ever do is just mop the underside of every shelf I come across. And I had so much time. I was working from 10 in the afternoon to 7 in the morning, baby. That grind set, I tell you. Mm. And you know how they say, work smarter, not harder? Can't do that with maintenance. Unless you were in charge of mopping everything, then I don't know. You could probably skip a few shelves, who knows. Anyways, um so there's that. Then after those 2 months, Ricky was doing it wrong because a manager, the guy that gives you your pay, I'm pretty sure, or is he in charge of it, he's on to him about saying, hey, you're doing everything in this store, And that is what he's doing. He's sweeping the entire store twice, by the way, and scrubbing to go right after it. And, it's too much work for a guy like him. And then he goes mops the cooler. If you don't know, that's a giant fridge with all the milk and the orange juice and all that. So he's doing all of this by himself. He's also making a bale, and if you don't know, think of a hay bale, but think of cardboard or plastic. And he's putting 6 metal strings around it, and then putting on a pallet, marching it off to the back of the store, or back parking lot where they put the bales. And it sits there, and you just continue to throw things back there, right? And so he's doing all this, and the manager's getting onto him. Let's call him Sam, for the sake of the story. He was a nice guy, or so I thought, and he just he got onto him, because he's doing all this work, and yet he's not splitting it off with me, and somehow there was another maintenance guy that I did not know about, because nobody told me that I was working with 2 people. So, turns out he was part-time, but still, he did all this work. What he was in charge of was doing the restrooms, and that's it. I was also in charge of the restrooms, along with the trash. Thing of it all is, or no, crap. Okay, in those 2 months, all I was doing was cleaning the restrooms and then mopping outside. I wasn't even getting the trash. He didn't tell me to do that. But after the manager, Sam, got onto him, I was doing the trash, and then I was doing mopping, and it was going steady for a couple of months. And I would think, annoyances like that team leader of stalking that I was telling me how not to do anything. She transferred to another store because it was so bad over there, or bad over here, and so he transferred, and then I kept on doing it, grinding, get on that grind. Then, because I thought college was underway, I switched to part-time, which was working from 10 to 2 in the morning, and I gotta say, I was enjoying the hell out of that time frame, working about 4 to 5 hours, depending on what your perspective is. And so I was doing it, and then turns out college actually just did a little pranky on me, because it was they just forgot about me, to put it simply, and so they forgot about me, and I had to re-register for my class I wanted. If anyone's interested in it, intro class to welding, and then after I'm done with that, I go and choose myself a little welding thing, because there's different strands of it, kind of like code, you know. Anyways, so I had to re-register. I did not tell a single soul until they asked me about how college was, and I said, I had to re-register. And they said, hey, Why don't you go back to full-time? And I said, hey, I really don't want to be sleep deprived all my life. And they said, well, you're missing out on a lot of money. And I said, well, I don't care. Because if I had to pick whether or not to be maybe $3,000 deep in the dough, and also be extremely exhausted and not able to see the sun again, whether or not just to get paid a little less and also see the sun and be happy. I picked the happy short. And the guy has short-term memory loss or something, because he just kept on at it, kept on trying to get me there. You know why? Understaffed, baby. I tell you, it's a weird thing. But yeah. If you like this video, please do. If you subscribe, please keep me in your notifications. And I'm gonna tell you something here, between me and you. If I bore you after about a week, I can understand. Unsubscribe. It's okay. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. Only a little bit, but that's okay. Do what you wanna. Go see PewDiePie or go see the Maki Poo kinda guy. I don't know. See you in the next one. Part 3 coming out soon.